Chair.
I call the honourable member Cam Calder.
I move that the question be now put.
No. I'm going to call the honourable member Kelvin Davis.
And I'd like to draw the House's attention to the meaning of local authority area. And this means an area of land that is within the district or region of a local authority. And, Mr Chair, it is the areas of land that are of concern. I mean, that's where people are going to park up or camp up. And I think that there is a solution, a pragmatic, practical solution that would involve, if the government hadn't have cut the sanitary work subsidy scheme, would involve a joint venture between the government, between local authorities and between other organisations within the community, such as schools, such as sports areas, sports clubs, and possibly even marae, so that the whole cost of actually providing facilities isn't borne solely by the local authority or solely by the Crown. You see, most schools, most sports clubs, most marae would love to have their ablution blocks actually upgraded and improved, and I think that there's real scope there to actually do that with something like the sanitary work subsidy scheme, which the government has cut. And there'd be sort of issues around getting registered or whatever if the car park or the sports field at the school or the sports field at the rugby club, say, or the car park at the marae was to be used as a temporary sort of camping ground. I think that would actually ease a lot of congestion out on the streets. Now, I've been to Nelson and I've seen the street that the Honourable Marion Street spoke about, where in one evening 26 cars parked up. And there were 2 temporary toilets, 2 portaloos and a couple of rubbish bins there for these campers to use because there wasn't room at the local camping ground. So if there was a bit of thought, we could actually come up with a solution where any overflow could go to those sorts of facilities. Now, where I grew up, the rugby club, my first ever rugby club I played for, the ablution blocks there, the shower facilities and the toilets haven't been touched in 40 years. They're a mess. But with a bit of thought, using something such as the sanitary work subsidy scheme, the club itself, the local authority and the government could all pitch in, upgrade those facilities. There's a huge car park there. There's a huge sports field, which in summer would be nice and hard. People could park there if there was overflow from camping grounds. In fact, they could perhaps set themselves up and get a bit of income for the local sports club there, because certainly these days they're struggling for members and struggling to raise funds in other ways, and that could be some way, with a bit of thought, a bit of organisation for that sports club in particular that I'm talking about, to get a bit of income over the course of the summer break, where the facilities aren't being used for sports. So, Mr. Chair, I believe that just with a bit of thought, we could actually solve this issue and not have people camping out on roads or in car parks in the middle of town, and it wouldn't be the major problem that it is. And I'd just like to endorse what my colleague Stuart Nash said about this could well be settled in court because of the lack of definition around short-term and temporary parking. I think that he's raised a very valid point around that. I'd also like to say that the SOP from Rahui Kātane, I think that it's a very good SOP, and I'd say that the Labour opposition will support it. I think it's really important. It's a pity that it was missed out in the first place, that there's a tiriti o waitangi clause that basically makes sure the Crown recognises and respects the Te Tiriti o Waitangi, the responsibilities it has to take account of Te Tiriti, also the local authorities having to also take account of the Tiriti o Waitangi. I think it's really important that in areas that local Māori are involved in any decision making around these areas and the areas that will be banned and the areas where camping may not be banned. It's very important that Māori have this input, Mr. Chair. So, Mr. Chair,